So, a project manager starts working longer and longer hours. She's sending emails at midnight, and her meetings are stacked back to back. There's this constant pressure to meet unrealistic deadlines. At first, she tells herself it's just a busy period, you know? But then the headaches start. Sleep becomes difficult. Anxiety builds before every workday. She tells her manager she's struggling with stress. And the response? Everyone is under pressure right now. Just push through it. A few weeks later, she's signed off sick. And now comes the question we hear all the time. Can you actually bring a legal claim for stress at work? The short answer is yes. In certain situations, you potentially can. But not every stressful job automatically leads to a claim. In UK law, stress itself is not a standalone legal claim. What matters is how the employer handled it, and whether they breached legal duties owed to you. Let's break that down. Employers have a duty of care to their employees. That means they are expected to take reasonable steps to protect your health and safety at work, including mental health. So, if an employer knows, or should reasonably know, that you are at risk from stress-related illness, they may be required to act. For example, if an employee repeatedly reports workload pressure, anxiety, or burnout, and nothing is done, that can become legally significant. We recently dealt with a case involving a warehouse supervisor who repeatedly raised concerns about excessive overtime and fatigue. He was told to manage his time better. There was no workload review, no risk assessment, no support. Eventually, he suffered a stress-related breakdown and was signed off long-term. That situation raised serious legal issues for the employer. Because once stress risks are known, doing nothing is often not enough. Now, here is something important that, honestly, many employees do not realize. Stress claims often overlap with other areas of employment law. For example, there's personal injury law if there is psychiatric harm caused by work-related stress. There's also unfair dismissal, if someone is pushed out after raising concerns. Or discrimination if a disability, such as anxiety or depression, is involved. And that last point is, absolutely crucial. If stress leads to a diagnosed mental health condition that has a substantial and long-term impact on daily life, it may actually be classed as a disability under the Equality Act 2010. If that happens, employers may have a legal duty to make reasonable adjustments. That could include things like a reduced workload, flexible hours, changes in supervision, or temporary adjustments to duties. But here is the reality. Most stress-related claims do not happen overnight. They build over time. Missed warnings, ignored concerns, increased pressure, no meaningful support. And that pattern is often what becomes important legally. Now let's be clear. Not every stressful workplace is unlawful. Deadlines, pressure, and demanding roles exist in many industries. But there is a line between normal pressure and unreasonable risk to health. And employers are expected to recognize that line and respond appropriately. So what should you do if you are experiencing stress at work? First, document what is happening. Keep emails, messages, and records of workload concerns. Second, raise the issue formally if possible, so there is a clear record that your employer was made aware. And third, seek advice early if your health is being affected or you are being ignored. At Blackstone Solicitors, based in England, we help employees dealing with workplace stress, mental health issues, and claims against employers who have failed to act reasonably. Because stress should not be dismissed as part of the job, and in some cases, the law is there to protect you.